Hey guys, I'm going to show you the assembly process on our slab flattening jig. These are all the parts that come with this jig. You have your bottom rails, your top rails, your router base plate, two brackets for your bottom rails, the four end stops, all of the other brackets here that ride on these rails, and then the bolts to bolt it all together. So I'm going to take the base plate first off and mount the router to it. Just so it's out of the way and we don't have to worry about it again. And this is the trim router version of this. So I'm using my little Milwaukee trim router, and I got to throw this thing on here. Got a couple different hole patterns. So it's as simple as setting the plate on, turning it till your holes line up, and then bolting it down. So there, got the router mounted to the plate here, and now we're going to. I'm gonna set this off to the side, and we're gonna start putting the rest of this together. And what we're going to do is slide these brackets onto the rails. So each of the bottom rails gets two brackets. Slide on just like that. And then we're going to mount these clear plastic brackets here. You want to line up your holes. It's important to note that the one hole on these brackets is offset. So you have your three holes here that are all in alignment, and then the one hole is offset. We're going to set this on here with the offset piece facing outward. And using the short bolts, we're just going to bolt it on. And you're just going to bolt the two inside holes. So you're going to go through the two inside ones. And I'm going to come through with a Allen wrench and just tighten those down, just so they're nice and snug. Okay, now that we have our clear brackets attached to the rails, I set the two rails apart here. I am going to attach these brackets, and they just slide off the ends. There's a little Allen bolt here you can loosen up. They slide off, and you can assemble this and then put the rod through, tighten it down later. It's just easier to put this on without the rod getting in the way. So in the kit, it comes with four longer bolts. The longer bolts go through this bracket and into this hole, and then into the aluminum block. That's why they're longer than the rest of them, because it has to go through that one hole there. So on the other side of this is where your offset hole is. You're going to use one of the shorter bolts. I could say that right. Go through that hole, and it'll screw right into the offset. So you're going to want to tighten them down pretty good. That's good for now. And let's pop the other side off. And just repeat the steps that you did on that one on the other three. So there we go. We have our bottom rail brackets attached, clear bracket attached, and then our mounts for the top rails. And I'm going to set this up. I'm not sure what distance here. I think I have enough to do full width on this table. You can kind of scale down the size of your jig here if you want to. If you don't have enough space on a workbench or whatever table you're working with, you can always make it smaller or make it bigger. So this is done for right now. Now we're going to move on to attaching the brackets onto our router base plate. Once you have all of your bolts attached, these brackets are all on here, you are going to pull this apart again. So we're just pulling the rail apart so we can slide that base plate and router on. Flip this up. It just slides right on there. Reattach the rails on this side. I'm going to tighten these down now. So here's the main part of this assembly together. Everything's sliding really nice. Now we also include these little end stops, and all you have to do, slide them on the ends, and that's going to keep it from rolling off the rails. So it's going to hit that stop before it rolls off. And there you have it. It's all assembled. Set it up however you like on your table. There's plenty of holes here. I don't generally even attach it with all the holes, maybe go every other. Screw it down to the work surface, put your slab that you're working on in, and you're ready to roll.